Welcome to the fourth video in HallsNode. This is Hallsofvallhalla. In this video we're going to do rooms, actual chat rooms, and being able to switch back and forth through the rooms and everything. I've had a lot of requests for this, so I figured I'd just throw it together for you guys. And I spent a lot of time making this as easy as possible for implementation purposes and for you to make it easy to where you guys could get this in and kind of just to where you don't have to fool with it so much. The one change that I made since the second video, I believe, was in the index I took out all of the socket commands for the chat, and I actually added them to the chat.js to where that way it doesn't, because there's going to be a lot of things changing with that index file. It's just easier if you just want the plain chat and you just want it to where you're just able to have users connect and chat and disconnect and all that good stuff. Then all you got to do is include that chat.js, and it's already included in just the base package. It's all going to be included there. So if you're watching the second video and you were like, whoa, nothing's in there, you'll see it in the chat. It's all there. So I'm going to get rid of that chat for now. So to get the chat rooms working, the first thing let's look at the index, and I'll show you how all this works here in a second. But let me show you how to actually get it running, because it's really not that bad. If we go into our modules, our client, and then to our chatroom.js, this is where I've included all the functions that we need, and I'm going to go over them in a minute. So the first thing to get this started was we need to include in our index, we need to change that chat to chatroom.js. Now we need to go ahead and copy that, and we need to paste it, and we need to include our classes, because I am using classes for this again. And the only thing I changed about the classes is I added this.room may have been in there, but I did add the room ID. So this is the only two things I really changed, and actually you're going to see this when you get the full version, because I'm just going to keep them in there included. Let's see. So after those two are included, let's go back to our chatroom.js, and let's go ahead and get rid of the easy stuff. Let's get our div. And you don't have to do this div. This is just so I know that it's just so I can show you the example. It all depends on your game. And then we just need to go to the CSS and add these two CSS additions, which are just simple deals. And that, like I said, that's just so I can show this off. So other than that, you are not quite done. We have two more things. We need to add our create our player, and then we need to edit the initialize player. So we need to start them up. So we just drop these right here, and we're good. So it creates a new player and it starts up. So that's it for the index. The only other one you need to change, other than the CSS, which we just did, is of course the app server. The app server, I made this real easy. If you go into the server and open up chatroom.text, you will come to everything you need to change. All you have to do is come in here and copy the whole thing. Go into your app, start with our first socket.on, and I'll just tell you what, I'll just start with this right here, and go all the way down. Now you got to keep the last ending statement there, and just pop that in there, and you are done. Save it, and the chat room's ready to go, except for one thing. We need to include the file, so just type include chat, what's actually not chat room, it's modules/server/chat room.js, and that will include the server file that you need and let me show you what it actually does. First thing is it builds a room class that stores up all the room information, and it brings a name, ID, and level, and it basically builds properties off of it. I created some methods of add user and remove user, and basically they just add a user to the room and they remove a user, so the hard stuff's done for you. And then at the bottom it creates an array. And then inside that array it creates a new version of the class, a new instance of the class, and stores it in the array for every area. So if you want a new room here, all you have to do is copy and paste this. Here, I'll go ahead and show you. And I tell you what, I'm going to show you this after we get the regular working. So anyway, you just create there. I just typed lobby and arena just for names. 0 and 0 is just the ID and level. So if you wanted to create, let's say you wanted to add a property to this of color of the room, you just type in this.color right here, and then you come up here and put color right here, because you want to be able to pass the information. When you create the new class, you just put whatever color you want to be passed to it, and it'll pass the color. Then we create a new, just two more arrays, room users and new room list. So basically that's pretty much it. Now I'm hoping this works. It's worked before, and it's really simple, but you can miss some things. So let's go ahead and give her a test. Let's start a server and hope it starts. It starts up. Let's open up our browsers. Let's refresh. So here's our rooms. Here's our player. Let's bring one in. Here's our other player. So, and it says that that player joined the room. Let's make sure the talk works. Looks like our, oh, there it goes. Oh, look, I have an alert in there I got to get rid of, but let me go ahead and do that now. I was doing some testing. The alert comes in from the chat room and is actually on the message, I believe. There it is, right there. Let me get rid of that real quick. Okay. And so I'm not going to worry about refreshing, but if I want to go into the arena, over here I left the room, my player's gone, and now I'm in a room. So if I actually say something, he's not saying it over here because he's in two separate rooms. But if I join into the arena, you'll see that I've joined the arena. If I talk, and I'm going to get another stupid alert, hit say, he's going to say it over here. So you can see the chat rooms work just fine. Now, we had talked about adding a room, so let's close down our server. Let's refresh these just to get them a nice fresh start. And let's go to our app.js, or I'm sorry, our chatroom.js, and let's add a new room. And we're going to make it 2. And let's name it outside. I don't know why, but let's just name it outside. Now we have ID and level. Of course, these things aren't really that important. It was just to help you, give you guys how property work, an idea. So we're just going to make it 3 and 1. It doesn't matter. It's level 1. See, I originally had used this for a battle web chat arena to where you could actually, creatures would randomly join rooms with users, and then you guys would have to fight them together and stuff like that. And one day I'll put it out, but who knows. But for now, I'm just going to share what I have in there. So anyway, that's what that was for. And that the level would actually determine what level creature came in. So anyway, we built it, we've added it to it, we save it, start back up the server, hopefully it doesn't crash, we refresh, and you will see there is now an outside that we can go to. And it looks like we just crashed for some reason, so let's find out why. If you come in here and you type CMD, and we get into the WAMP, oops, I guess I should have went back all the way, www HallsNode, and we type in server. This will help us be able to see what's going on. So let's do a quick refresh, and let's click that outside and see what happens. We get to kind of do some troubleshooting together. Cannot call method add user of undefined. So let's find out what we have going on here. Let's look into our app. Let's see why it's undefined. We have room, old room, get users, socket.room ID, lobby, none. Just trying to figure out where exactly this is breaking at. You know what? I wonder if it's this ID equals ID level. Not sure why it would break with that. All we're doing is adding 1 to the array. And that's expanding the array. There's nothing else that really limits that I know of. Socket.room ID. I'm not really using the actual ID of the room. It's been a while since I've actually went through this code. Tell you what, let's try something. I think I may know what it is. There we go. That's what it was. Kind of assume that's what it would be, but okay. So now we can go to outside. We can go to the arena. All that good stuff. So anyway, easily fixed. So basically, that's rooms in a nutshell. Really simple to implement. Really simple to get using. Really simple to add a new room to the area. All in all, just easy way to just have a bunch of rooms, create your own chat system, stuff like that. I've had a lot of good good suggestions on what to add next. I'm going to go ahead and release the code now of what I have so far, so everybody can kind of go through it and see what they would like to change, see if there's any errors. So after this video gets uploaded. If you haven't already got the code, I'm gonna go ahead and post it on GitHub, and I should have a link to it. So thanks.